I used to come to this parade to show my support for the State of Israel. Being the son of Holocaust survivors, I couldn't imagine how anyone could be a good Jew and not support a Jewish state.
Holocaust was a hoax! Reopen Auschwitz!
To me, it was very simple. Either you supported Israel, or you supported those who wanted to finish what Hitler had left undone.
Neuter the Jews! Reopen Auschwitz!
Being the son of Holocaust survivors, I also inherited my parents' hatred of Poles. I was raised to believe all Poles were incorrigible anti-Semites. But that changed when I started meeting all kinds of Poles, including older Poles who were honored for risking their lives to save members of my family during the Holocaust. And younger Poles like Shimon, whose volunteers care for many of the abandoned cemeteries in which my ancestors still lie.
Pomyśl, nie wiem, drogi kolego czy koleżanko, co by było, jakbyś szukała grobu swojego, nie wiem, dziadka, babci, brata, siostry, wszystko jedno, matki, ojca. Przyjeżdżasz, a tu się okazuje, że w ogóle to jakaś abstrakcja, że... To są nasze cmentarze. Nie widzę historii Polski bez Żydów albo historii Polski bez Ukrainy. Ja bym chciał, żeby ludzie mieli świadomość także tego, że jak się okazuje, można współistnieć.
After Poland, I've come to the parade with a more open mind. For the first time, I seek out Jews whose views I had always dismissed.
I'm just here because I was raised Jewish, I was raised in a lie. Ah, I'm a traitor. Listen to that. You know how many times I've been called a self-hating Jew today?
Palestinian people, Arabic people, Jewish people got along in Palestine before Israel's creation.
Wir hier bisschen deures in der School. Wir haben gelebt zusammen, sehr gut mit den Arabern. Und auch viele haben darf gehen vergessen, hat mir genommen einen Babysitter, hat mir genommen, mein Bob hat mir gesagt, Babysitter hat mir genommen Araber.
For so many Jews who consider themselves otherwise liberal or progressive, that the one place where they can't see that they're on the side of the oppressor and not the oppressed is with Israel.
The Holocaust had always distorted my view of Poles. Could the Holocaust also have distorted my lifelong view of Arabs? I start in the ruins of Lifta, the only Arab village depopulated in the 1948 war that has not been completely destroyed or settled by Jews. Lifta's former Arab residents want it back. The Jerusalem government wants it developed for luxury housing, and some preservationists, Jews and Arabs, want it kept as a kind of monument to what life there used to be. I may have a family connection to Lifta. My uncle Mar Yosef, a member of the Betar Zionist youth, left Poland for Palestine in 1937. He joined the Lehi militia, also known as the Stern Gang. He was my hero. While the rest of my family were victims during the Holocaust, he was a fighter for the Jewish people.
יכניסו לו את זה בראש, שישראל זה הבית. אז זה מה שהוא ענה לאמא שלו, כשהיא בכתה, שהוא עזב את פולין. והיא בכתה מאוד בתחנת הרכבת. אז הוא אמר לה, אל תבכי, אני נוסע הביתה. ערבים, בכלל לא חשבנו על כל זה.
In 1947, my uncle's Stern Gang and other Jewish militias were fighting Arab forces near Lifta. On December 28th, Jewish fighters entered Lifta's coffeehouse and killed at least 5 villagers, allegedly in retaliation for an attack on a passing Jewish bus. Fearing for their lives, most of Lifta's Arab residents fled. None have ever been permitted to return. On a visit to Lifta Spring, I met a group of Israeli youngsters and was curious to hear what they knew about Lifta.
So what about the history of this place?
When we came to so when we came to capture the land, so they didn't like Israel, so they escaped. They just wanted to kill us.
What would you think if some people who used to live here 60 years ago wanted to come back? It's what?
It's yours. אבל לא, מה זה השטויות האלה? גם הקדוש ברוך הוא הבטיח לנו את הארץ.
This is what I too had been raised to believe. But now I wanted to hear from the Arabs who once lived here. Who are they? And what memories do they have of this place?
Here was my home. You see these stones? This شجرة الصبر هاي? Here was my home. No time I forget when I was playing here.
Did you have phones here, by the way?
No, we are shouting. I want to call my cousin or uncle, Mahmoud. I shout, and he answer me in the same way. Yaqub, yalla al-ain.
I always look at my uncle as a hero. You know, all my other relatives died in the ovens, and he was a fighter. You know, so.
Now my question for you.
Yeah.
How do you look on a person kicked you from your house, destroy your life, to become as a refugee, to be in a tent, in winter cold or in summer hot? I think who steal, who theft your freedom, your dignity, your right to live with your community, and kick you out in a miserable life, no time you will see him. If I do it, sure you will hate me. You will attack me. You will attack me.
I went to Ramallah in the West Bank to meet other former residents of Lifta and collect their memories.
يعني كنا جيران مع يهود مع مسيحية وإحنا وعايشين مبسوطين. يعني الفرح اللي يصير عندنا يشاركوا فيه يهوديات صحابات صاحبين، يعني يجي يحضروا سهرة، يحضروا هيك. المسيحية نفس الشيء، كنا بقول لك عايشين زي أهل.
بروح ماشي مقاطعة هان ساعة بكون في وسط بيتي مع العلم إنه هدوه، نعرف إنهم هدوا البيت. شايفها؟ ساعة واحدة بكون في هناك. شو اسمه؟ وين معقول هذا الشيء هادي؟ مش ممكن. لا إذا شرط أنا أولادي ما بسمحوهاش.
Neither Lifta's former residents nor their children are likely to return if the Jerusalem government allows Lifta to be developed. Under its plan, the 54 ruins will be rehabilitated as villas and sold to the highest bidders. They will be surrounded by new luxury housing, hotels, and shops. Proponents of the plan say it will actually preserve Lifta and save it from further deterioration.
אנחנו לא בעד מחיקת המורשת, כי זה מה שהתוכנית מדברת, זה המורשת של ליפטה, הבנייה של ליפטה הישנה, להשאיר אותה ולבנות כמוה, לא לבנות משהו חדש, למחוק ולבנות רבי קומות או לבנות דברים אחרים.
Wouldn't it make symbolic sense to somehow not develop Lifta right now and hold it as a symbolic gesture for some better future?
אני חושב שאתה טועה. הדעה שלי אומרת אחרת. אם אני אעשה את זה כמונומנט ואני אגיד פה היה כפר ערבי, אז זה רק יגרום לשנאה ולזיכרון ולממרי לא טוב. כי מה שאנחנו עושים, אנחנו גורמים לקונפליקט ולהגיד ככה היהודים עשו וככה גירשו את הערבים. תיתן להם את ליפטה, מחר ירצו את קטמון. תיתן להם את קטמון, ירצו את תלביה. תיתן להם תלביה, ירצו את תל אביב, ירצו את יפו. אני לא מוכן לזה. אנחנו במדינת ישראל, אנחנו יהודים, צריכים לחיות פה. לא להשאיר את המורשת הערבית. בסדר, ידעו שזה ליפטה, ידעו שזה, אבל צריכים לגור. אנחנו חיים פה במדינה חדשה שצריכה להתפתח.
The forces that want Lifta to disappear are formidable. Saving Lifta will take a miracle. Nonetheless, I have to find ways of convincing Jews that saving Lifta is important for us, as well as for Arabs. My uncle dreamed of a land where Jews could walk the streets safely and proudly as Jews. He saw Arabs as an impediment to that dream. But peace is impossible if young Jews and Arabs are raised to believe they are natural enemies. Today, more than ever, we need to preserve Lifta. Its message that Jews and Arabs once got along challenges the simplistic memories both sides often pass on to the next generation.